Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code ahsoka in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we are going to be discussing some Star Wars explanations to Star Wars Skeleton Crew's timeline and its placement within the post-Return of the Jedi era, the Mandoverse, and the New Republic era as it's also being named, specifically and kind of newly in the Skeleton Crew show. I feel like they've kind of given it a bit of a new title of what they call this quote-unquote gray area in the Star Wars franchise, but we of course are going to go ahead, we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost daily. There is a lot of Star Wars news and stuff going around. It can be a lot to keep track of. It's exactly why we are here. Not just to keep you guys updated with everything, but also break it down for you guys and get a better understanding. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be taking a quick read from the Direct's article as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. I think, as I had mentioned in our prologue there, it kind of goes without saying, a bit of a no-brainer. Like, everybody knows that this takes place in the post-Return of the Jedi era, the Mandoverse, and that New Republic era, as I had also mentioned. That's a no-brainer. The specifics is as of to where in the Mandoverse exactly and specifically, and seeing if we can even narrow it down to a specific year after the Battle of Yavin. So, as their article reads, Star Wars Skeleton Crew's timeline placement gets an official confirmation within its opening credits of its first episode, it seems as well. We just have to dig a little bit deeper. Star Wars Skeleton Crew wastes no time answering some integral time-related questions that fans may have. First announced in 2022, Skeleton Crew is Lucasfilm's latest Disney Plus series created by Spider-Man No Way Home's Jon Watts and Christopher Ford, and Star Wars' first ever children-led show as a live-action show. Described as an Amblin entertainment style story era set within the Star Wars universe, the question of diehards have been asking is just when this coming of age streaming story actually canonically occurs in the Star Wars timeline. So, when does Star Wars Skeleton Crew take place specifically within the Star Wars Mandoverse? Star Wars Skeleton Crew addresses when the new Disney Plus series occurs within the Star Wars timeline, really before doing anything else, but they don't really say it as blatantly as you may like it to. Episode 1 begins with a traditional Star Wars style opening that specifically states Skeleton Crew takes place after the fall of the Empire and during the New Republic. This is something that everybody's kind of known, and while audiences knew this new sci-fi adventure would take place during the Mandoverse era, the importance placed on its time period and how soon Star Wars would address it was unknown. But even though the Star Wars series acknowledged its era before even introducing its characters or really doing anything else, neither Jon Watts or Christopher Ford had precisely pinned down its starting point within the Mandalorian timeline. When asked if Skeleton Crew and when it takes place in The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, Jon Watts told TechRadar.com in an interview saying that we kept it a little bit flexible, revealing and saying that then there, in quote, but we kept it a little bit flexible because we're tied to the kids' ages. So as we look forward to the future, we're still figuring out where it fits on the exact timeline. Ending that quote right there, that in itself, pause, is a great thing for people that are looking forward to a future of this show, and like kind of confirms you, I think, even at that, like that they're looking at doing a second season for Skeleton Crew already. Of course, it's been a major concern that Skeleton Crew's future, if they were to do a second season, it probably just wouldn't include the kids, because it's like very similar to Stranger Things over on Netflix. The kids are getting older, they're growing up, and kind of that is like a ticking time bomb kind of situation right there, or kind of scenario. Not that it's like a bad thing or anything like that, it just would make it more difficult for them to do so. So having Skeleton Crew, the creators be very open and even acknowledge that in itself is more than I had expected and more than I would anticipate for, and that honestly is something I'm kind of blown away by. It's something that deserves its own video. But keeping that in mind, having that, it kind of lets us know that themselves may not even know when Skeleton Crew takes place, specifically like a specific after Battle of Yavin kind of year, BBY. But even though this exact timing is a little bit hazy, Christopher Ford had also assured fans that an exact date would be revealed in the future, probably after the show, probably somewhere on Wikipedia or in some type of book or novel, saying and revealing in quote, "Yeah, it's like we've thrown a dart, but it's not quite landed on the board yet. So yeah, there'll be an answer one day, and it will be an exact date." I mean, that quote right there. However, in contrast, Empire Magazine over ScreenRant.com gave a slightly more specific answer, and that can't really be taken as into the contrast of having as much credibility to itself, because they aren't the creators of the show like John Watts and Christopher Ford are, but they do reveal in some behind the scenes info about the show, stating that Skeleton Crew takes place concurrently with The Mandalorian Season 3 and Ahsoka, which all take place at the same time. So that being said, it technically would take place somewhere around 5 after Battle of Yavin, or ABY, specifically in the Star Wars timeline, but that in itself is very loose and something to honestly be taken with a grain of salt, because that's what the creators of the show have said. Now, kind of real quick before we close out today's video, the fact that they say that they're kind of leaving that open because they want to do something with it in the future, and kind of with the kids' ages and everything of that nature, something that they have to figure out, and how that's tied to it in itself makes it very exciting and something to keep you guys' eyes peeled for and to keep a lookout for. I'm super pumped for that. Have much been loving the show, so for it to have some type of hope of continuing on is super exciting. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an unofficial Star Wars. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well. I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Also, leave a like on the video, as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you also check out our merch shop. Use our codes ahsoka in all caps to get some cash off of your orders. I also have some Amazon affiliate links in the description down below, so if you're looking to buy something from Amazon, whether it's a gift or something for yourself, check out our available links in the description down below. It helps out the channel at no additional cost of yourself and really means a lot. I'll continue to keep those links updated, so they're always changing. So make sure you check them out for what new products we may have available. With whatever way you decide to support the channel, whether it's simply watching today's video or even purchasing a product, it means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.